though. Hi though. I had to come fully dressed today. Fully dressed today because last time y'all wanted to see my whole outfit. So I said, they not gonna give me this time. So I was trying to do party up front. I mean, I don't work up front, party down, pajamas down bottom, child. I'm telling you, I was just gonna go wash my face and get in the bed. But y'all caught me, so I got fully dressed today. Full dress today, so y'all don't have to worry about me out here indecent. Is it dark in here? I feel like I need to turn another light on. Y'all let me know if I need another light, because I feel like it's got this light. It look kind of moody from my angle. It's looking kind of moody. Y'all let me know if I need to turn a light. You know, I'm just gonna turn another light on. I'll be back, y'all. Give me a minute. Everybody come in, come in, come in. Y'all know CFE is high, so I can't be turning all these lights on. Hey Vincia. Hey girl, how's it doing? How's it going in Canada? How's the weather, eh? Holistic spiritual. Hey, how are you doing, ma'am? Hey, B Michelle. Everybody, B Michelle, Kinetics, woo woo. Compound members in here tonight. Compound. B Michelle is actually the one who helped us with the topic of tonight. Members of the compound get to suggest topics that they would like for me to talk about, you know, things that they want to learn more about, understand about, whether they see it in the social media communities or it's just a general question. So shout out to B Michelle for that. Last week Kinetics was the one who came up with the question, so B Michelle got her turn this week. If you want to join the compound, the link, I think it's in the comments or not. I don't know, y'all, I'm new to this. You know, somebody asked me about memberships a while ago and I wasn't gonna do it, but I did it. I did it. So here we are. We have memberships now here on Bad Luck Kitty YouTube. Great weather in Montreal right now. Listen, as long as you're having some good weather right now. And yes, y'all hear my gecko? I'm doing good. I'm doing real good. Had a very productive day. Got everything done. Got my baby settled. Got on live on time. I feel like I'm doing good today. Shout out to Evencia because you know, we talked about it over in the membership community, but I give y'all a little piece over here. I was talking about I went on a first date last weekend. No, this past weekend. I guess that's last weekend, this past weekend. I went on a first date with a guy that Evencia was nice enough to hook me up with. So that was, you know what I'm saying, that was interesting, that was cool or whatnot. Y'all trying to make sure I'm not none of my teeth. But tonight we want to talk about Black women dating standards. Kind of just, you know, after we was talking about it, you know, B Michelle brought up, like, you know what I'm saying, some women, when they get in this new environment, they may operate on different standards, which may lead men to believe that we as Black women operate on a different standard. Because if you come in contact with one person, say you come in contact with a blue alien, and blue aliens always do a high five, right? And then you come in contact with another blue alien and it also does high fives. So when you come in contact with the third blue alien, you're gonna think, all right, we're gonna do a high five. So it's kind of like setting a tone and the standards, like expectations, You know what I'm saying? As much as we don't want to say, oh, you know, black women are not a monolith, but the reality is, if so many people are doing the same thing, there may be expectations. And I'm here to tell you, I think we need to get on one accord about some of these things that we have going on. How was the date? It was cool. It was a cool date. It was okay. It was okay. It wasn't 10 stars, but it was okay. So, like, in regards to standards, right? In that date in itself, like, he didn't open the door for me when I first went to go get in a car. And so he was just like, get in. He was like, get in. You ain't gonna open the door? And I said, I was like, oh, I was waiting on you to open the door. And he was like, no, just get in. And I was like, oh, okay. I'm not used to that, child. Listen, I'm a little princess. I want my door to be open and my chair to be pulled out, my meal to be ordered for me. Like, I was just like, okay. So then by the time we had got to the restaurant, even though it was a restaurant I told him I didn't want to go to, even though when we got to the restaurant, when we got there, I had just resolved that I was just there to collect another single man for the speed dating event that's coming up. And I just got out. I just got out. He was like, oh, no, I was gonna come open the door for you. I was like, well, you didn't open the door when we first got, because I just assumed you didn't open doors, and I was just gonna leave it at that. I'm not about to force somebody to do something they wanna do, you know. And I was like, yeah, no, I just was like, it's not my thing. Like, I fully expect a gentleman to be a gentleman to me at all times. So, you know, we had a discussion. He was like, no, I'll get the door, I'll always get the door for you, whatever. And I was just like, oh, okay, you know, we'll see. So the date did not start off on the best foot, but at the same time, it's like knowing your standards, what you will and won't accept, right? So, you know, one of the first things I wanted to talk about is that, you know, make sure you're emotionally stable, right? When you start dating in a new country. Okay, y'all see me now? Y'all see me? If y'all can see me, let me know. I froze like this. I froze like this. Okay, I think we back. I don't know what happened. It just like froze. Did y'all check out? Y'all left. No, say 10 people in here. All right, I'm gonna keep going. So, you know, we lost connection. I'm good. Okay. Thank you, girl. Thank you. So, you know, some women, if you are not people, I'm gonna say women, but I'm gonna just be like people, right? If you're not emotionally stable, when you go out on a date, you may think because someone is not showing you courtesy that you're not valuable, right? Because for all intents and purposes, you know what I'm saying, this guy presents well. You know, he is tall, he's financially stable, he seems to have his act together. So for some people, they may feel like he fits that, oh, I hate the phrase, but the high value male category or whatnot. And so for some women, they may think like, okay, it's a big fish, I need to go for this big fish. And instead of realizing the fish can be as big as you want to, but if they don't value and treat you well, then it does no good for you to keep pursuing someone who's not going to cherish you and value you and honor you and love you and treat you the way you deserve to be treated, right? So being emotionally stable before you going out into these streets, whether it's the Merida streets, whether anywhere, right, is very important, right? The other thing is being financially stable, okay? And I know some people be like, oh, the fastest way to attain wealth is through marriage, which is true, right? And historically, men have always been, my sound is going in and out. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know what's going on with the internet. You know what I'm saying? We just be running it all day, and then all of a sudden I'm trying to tell y'all something, and the internet acting up. Y'all let me know if it's still bad, then I'll reset my internet and then come back on. So y'all just let me know. But you know, as far as, oh, it's not okay. So as far as being financially stable, if you are not financially stable when you go out dating, you subject yourself. You know what I'm saying? You subject yourself to being treated a certain type of way. So if you don't have the emotional stability and the financial stability, okay, cool, then you're gonna be out there just hoping for anything, looking for a come up. Let anybody do anything, run scams on you, treat you any old type of way, talk to you any type of way, you know, do whatever it is that they feel beneficial. When I got to that restaurant and it wasn't where I wanted to be, if I didn't have the goal of trying to connect somebody for to use this person for something that I wanted for myself for the future, then I would have just Ubered back to my friend's house because she was watching my daughter, and I would have just watched the game with her and had dinner with them. Like, there is nobody so important to where I will allow them to treat me in any way that's less than, if you can't treat me less than how I'm treating me, baby, and I treat me well. I'm all the way up here with me. I love me, taking real good care of me, right? Right, so you can't be looking for a come up, right, when you get in a relationship. Am I only gonna date a man who is financially stable and got his act together? Absolutely. But in the same sense, that man who is financially stable with his act together is gonna have to treat me a certain way. And in turn, I'm expected to treat him a certain way. That's not to be like, oh, he can just, you know, he just got money, I'm gonna treat him a certain way, and he don't have to, no, vice versa. He gonna treat me well, I'm gonna treat him well. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be an even exchange, no robbery, baby. Today's society makes it confusing for men to operate as gentlemen. As a man, I've been chewed out and mocked for being gentlemanly. I don't let it bother me, I just note it. And Dantes, I would say to you, if you are the type of man, I'm assuming that that's your pronouns, don't want to get it wrong. If you're the type of man that wants to treat a lady, you want a lady that you can treat like a gentleman, and that lady don't want you to, babe, get you another one. Find you another one. That's not the one for you. That's not the one. If somebody was to get offended, if a man is offended because I like for him to open the door and order the wine and shit, take out the trash and all that, and vice versa, because if he come over here, I'm going to make him a drink, I'm going to listen to him, I'm going to be courteous and polite. You know what I'm saying? If there's some type of exchange and that person does not meet my exchange, I just say, I have no problem. It's almost like a script for me. I straight up tell him, you know, it's been a pleasure meeting you, but I think that this, you know, relationship can go no further because I don't feel as though we have similar goals for ourselves in the future. I will send that message in a minute. Like them guys that be wanting to say, good morning, beautiful, every day, and then you say good morning, and then they say, all right, you know, how you have a good day. Baby, I'm not about to be on a good morning, beautiful rotation. Baby, after about 3 of those, I just let them know, hey, is there something, are we going somewhere? What is the purpose of this? Because you just put me in the good morning, beautiful rotation, baby, take me out the group chat. Take me out the group chat, because I'm okay. Unless you just say, oh, hey, you know, good morning. How's your day going? What you got planned for the day? You know, da-da-da-da. Hope you have a great workout. I'll check in with you later. I got a busy day. Da-da-da-da. It's got to be something, because you just put me in rotation like Becky and everybody else. Nah, baby, that's not going to work. I know you're not interested, because men are more intentional with their time than women are. Women will sit around gossiping on the phone all day. Ask me how I know. Women will sit around gossiping all day on the phone, but a man, when he pick up the phone, he's very intentional. So I'm not, take me out the group chat. Put yourself in spaces where women that you are interested in place themselves. That's so true. That's so true. You gotta go with women, the type of women that you like, and that's gonna like you back, right? Because you know some women, and no shade to the feminists, right? If there are any feminists in the group chat, that's cool, right? I teeter on the line of no, I don't teeter on the line. I ain't feminist at all. Because I don't know who the hell fought for me to go to work. Cause baby, I'm not the go to work type. You know what I'm saying? I'm the stay at home type. You know, if my family had to arrange a marriage for me, I already know they was picking big bucks Charlie, honey, and I was gonna be taken care of. So I don't know who came up with the idea for us to go to work. Shout out to them or whatnot. That's cool. But for some of us, that's not at the top of our list of things to do. You know what I'm saying? So, in turn, though, if there are people, because we all not the same, if there are people who want to be a feminist and who want to live that particular lifestyle, let them be like that. There are men who love very strong, independent, powerful women. Baby, listen, they need to get together and they can dominate the world. But for me in my house, it's a no. Tyler Perry had the nerve to say, if you find a man that loves you and treats you well, but can only pay the light bill, he said that's okay. Baby, listen, if he can only pay the light, he can only pay the light bill. Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, that Tyler Perry bless his billionaire heart. He would tell the common folk. He would tell the thousandaires how we should spend it, how we should want to be in love. And naturally, when you look at it, men have the proclivity to dominate things, to be in charge of things. How you gonna be in charge of my check that I went to work 40 plus hours a week for? How you gonna divvy that up, right? All right, let's move on, right? So be financially stable so you can prevent yourself from ending up in sketchy situations. Like Tyler Perry trying to put you in. Y'all can listen to Tyler Perry if y'all want to. I'm listening to Steve. I'm listening to Steve, not Tyler on this one. You know what I'm saying? Steve said a man needs to be financially stable before he goes to pursue a woman. Now I'm gonna roll with Steve Harvey on this one, not Tyler Perry, right? He only pay the light bill, that man doesn't work, period. It depends, child, listen, if all he paying is a light bill, that ain't even, I mean, the rent is typically a third, mortgage is typically a third of the household income. And if all he can pay the light bill is probably, I mean, in Merida, the light bill, I'm playing. But if you was to break it down to a monthly thing, the light bill probably would be an eighth of the monthly income. That's not even fair. Even if you was to go 50-50 with your partner, 50-50, you was to break it down, then your partner still wouldn't even be pulling their weight. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, why do we get to that point, right? So also under the realm of financial stability, when moving abroad, we have to be aware that financial stability looks different for everybody, right? Because here in Merida, right, you know, where doctors' annual salary is like, you know, what is it, 400 mil pesos, which is like 400,000 pesos. I think it's more than that. I just looked that up, so I ain't really rocking with that number. But even in a doctor's salary, a doctor term salary is still only 50,000 USD. And if we look at it, here in Merida, a lot of us coming from the US, we have them salaries ourselves as women, right? Because we're operating on the USD standard, right? So it's not to say to match dollar for dollar when looking at partner, but look at how they're treating you, right? So you can't just say, oh, you know, I make 80,000 USD, I need a man to make 80,000. That's unrealistic here. I mean, it can happen, but it's unrealistic here. Can a man here making, you know, 60,000, the equivalent of 60,000 USD, give you a really good life? Yeah, we quite honestly can, especially if he has low debt, because they don't have like crazy student loan debt like we do in the US. He can own property, you know, he can have investments. There's other things that he can have going on. So, you know what I'm saying? Be mindful of that as well as other developing countries. You know what I'm saying? Just being realistic about, I mean, even in the US, being realistic about your standards. 'Cause I don't know who came up with this number. Oh, I need a man that makes 6 figures. If he don't make 6 figures, it's plenty of people in the US that don't make 6 figures and still live a good life. Quite honestly, $80,000 in Arkansas, some parts of Texas, Mississippi, Alabama, Oklahoma, you living a real good life. Okay, so just keep all those things in mind. You know that you know what I'm saying. That 6 figure number just drove people crazy or whatever because of the high value man. Sorry. Hey. They don't need you. They know your mom don't date broke men. They know that. They don't need you to chime in. Okay. Thank you. So just keep that in mind. The next thing I want to talk about is the new attention, right? So I'm an Army veteran. Shout out to all the veterans on the live. I'm an Army veteran, right? And when you deploy, you know, when women, soldiers, Marines, sailors, whatever, deploy, you may find yourself in a different situation. Because military service is a predominantly male occupation still, right? So when I was downrange, I mean in Iraq, I would notice that women who were less than beautiful outwardly, not to say this has anything to do with them inwardly or intellectually, would automatically go from a woman who got no attention from men to a woman who got all the attention from men. Is everybody tracking on what I'm saying? Let me know y'all tracking on what I'm saying, okay? So the woman would go from being less than desirable in the States because there's an array of women to all of a sudden when they're downrange and it's a 1-to-8 ratio, there's 1 woman to 8 men, all of a sudden they looking at her like, hey, she look good with a paper bag over her head. And so to some women, that may boost their egos in a different kind of way, right? Y'all picking up? Okay, y'all got me. Charles got me. Kinetics got me, okay. And if they don't, y'all help them out in the chat if they don't get it. So then they find themselves in a situation where they're desired because there is a shortage of women, there's a shortage of women parts, okay? Things of that nature, right? So going forward in this environment, it's the similar thing. There's a small population of African American women, Black women, women with our shapes, body types, you know, phenotypes, the facial features, our hair, Jesus, like our hair is highly coveted, okay? And so the attention will be new. I was just at Super IQ today with my baby, and I went to put a water bottle in the recycling, right? I hope my daughter don't come out and hear this part of the story because she was just oblivious, right? But the whole time I'm keeping an eye on my daughter, and 2 men come out of Super IQ and they see her sitting there, and I mean they walking almost in sync, but they were just staring at her the whole time they came around the thing. And I just heard the guy say, oh, you know, that she's so pretty. And then the other guy said, yes, muy hermosa, right? She's beautiful, right? And then I'm walking a little quicker back over there. And as they're still looking, once they get to the point to where they look, they actually see me. And I'm staring at them. And if the stare could burn somebody, baby, I had laser beams on that ass. I mean, themselves, when they turned around, I looked at them like, and they looked at me and they, oh shit, we got caught. Because it's not seen, right? You know what I'm saying? So for someone who does not get that type of attention, men or women, and they do the same, they do the same to me. I'm not saying that they're only do it to my daughter as a child. She's just a little tall child, you know what I'm saying? She's a tall child, but still doesn't matter. I'm saying that the attention that people automatically get, it goes from here all the way up here and can get the big head. And I think that's when the point you have to determine, is this person interested in me because they're genuinely interested in me, or are they interested in me because it's a fetish? I have been out in the Mercado, and when I tell you, I was walking through with a friend from Atlanta, and she told me, the men were just yelling out, "Oh my God, you're so beautiful, you're so beautiful, you're so beautiful," like yelling out to me, blowing whistles and all type of shit. We just walking through the Mercado. She was like, "Are you used to this?" I'm like, "Nah, people have told me I'm beautiful, but ain't nobody ever just like whistled and cheered at me, right?" Now, do I take that to head? Nah, I mean, I'm a baddie, I ain't gonna get it twisted, but at the same time, if I had never gotten that attention before, it might have went insane. You know what I'm saying? Also, men just saying, "Oh, you know," they'll say, "Oh, you're like Megan Thee Stallion," just because I'm 5'10", she 5'10". They'll say stuff like that. We already know the image that Megan Thee Stallion portrays, right? So then at that time, already know this person's not looking at me for me. You know what I'm saying? They're looking at me for me. Well, mine don't even go like that. I'm doing this. Mine don't even go like that. Mine more go like, yeah, this is how mine go like that. But you know what I'm saying? Just the things that you have to keep in mind when going out, understanding that you know what I'm saying, you wasn't popping. My good friend say, "That girl," you wasn't that girl. You know what I'm saying? But now you get here, you have to understand that everybody is not after you because of the same intentions that you may believe. Let me check some of these comments before I keep going. As a man, I agree with the guy being financial status. Like, look, I can't pay for the date choosing. It's a red flag, period. Good man looking for a good woman. Need to provide for a woman in period. Very interesting to hear people's views. Deployment dimes. Dime on deployment. A physician consultant salary in Merida is $1 million. Pesos, 76,000. I know my kinetics got the knife up there. Hi, beautiful. Hello. How you doing? 81,000 USD. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, top level careers, you know, it's just, you know, you can make that, you know what I'm saying, with a basic not a high school diploma. Well, it depends. If you're going to tech, you can come out with that, you know what I'm saying? So it's just levels. You know what I'm saying? It's levels. It's levels to it. But back to like the fetishing, right? When you get here, some people say, "Oh, you know, the Mexican men, they love us here, and you know, black men wait getting it right back in the States, and I'm gonna give me a Mexican, the Mexican men gonna love me, da 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 da." And then also on the flip side, I'm tired of people saying, "Oh, they only interested in y'all for a green card." Child, listen, they might mess around. I might try to be giving me a green card too. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Even exchange, you know, robbery. I keep telling y'all this, but the reality is, be mindful, right? And have your clear boundaries, your clear standards when going into dating, so you don't end up in a situation where somebody is trying to take advantage of you. It's ultimately what it comes down. As a single mom, you must watch your female child closely. Child, as a single mom, as a married mama, as any type of mama, you gotta keep your eye on your child, male or female, very closely. I get it. As a single woman, baby, nobody's allowed to step foot in my. You can't cross the threshold over here. You need to be vetted. I need to wait for your security clearance to come back. Okay, we gotta check these things out before you can come around in my house, getting too comfortable, knowing what things are set up. And know my dog, you can't pet my dog either. My dog don't like you either. So we not getting friendly around here at all, whether we in Mexico, whether we in the States, I don't give a damn where we at. You gotta have clear boundaries, because if people don't feel like you have clear boundaries for yourself, they're gonna treat you any kind of way, and in turn they're gonna treat your child, your family, everybody else any old kind of way, right? So tell them to bring the credentials. Babe, bring the, let me see your passport so I can take a picture of your passport, okay? Because I got questions that need answers. And don't worry, I know people that can get the answers I need. That's all I'm saying. But that's what it comes down to, having standards, right? Because that's not the standard just for this person. That's the standards for everybody. You hear me? That's across the board, 10, 10, 10, 10. That's the standards for everybody. Unless you fully vetted, you cannot be around me. And that's okay. If I'm single for the rest of my life, if it's me and my dog, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I will be by myself before I allow myself to be in a situation where somebody is there to take advantage of me. Now, what does that mean by having standards, right? Everybody's standards gonna be a little different, right? Because I know women that allow men to come over their house day one. I know women that go to men's houses day one. You know what I'm saying? And they just be, oh, I was over there, I spent the night. You stayed the night over there? You went to sleep? Was you sleep, or was you just laying there? Like, did you go to sleep? Like, how was your sleep? Because for me, I would have been asleep like this. That's how I would have been asleep. One eye open. I'm telling you, I would have had to rotate eyes. I would have rotated this eye gets high, rotate. You know what I'm saying? I would have been asleep with one eye open because I would not have been comfortable. How you gonna go sleep over a stranger house? Make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't even make sense to me why you would allow, and then you over there and you don't know what's going on. You don't even know last time they changed their sheets. You could be laying on somebody else's body. You know what? That's not the point. Having standards, clear boundaries. And a lot of times, if you can't have no type of just moral boundaries for yourself, at least set clear safety boundaries for yourself. And I know a lot of people feel like when they come to Merida, because it's so safe here, that they let their guard down. They pick them guards back up. Okay, because a man gonna be a man, gonna be a man, gonna be a man. One of the largest crimes here is domestic violence. That's one of the largest crimes here. It's not a what you call it, crime? I forgot the name of the crime where, like, murder and stuff is, whatever that type of crime is. It's not that type of crime, but domestic violence is the highest crime that they have here, okay? Think about it now. You gonna be over there and, you know what I'm saying, he had one beer too many, and all of a sudden you become, you know what I'm saying, victim number 47. Like, listen, if you can't think about standards for how somebody should treat you on an emotional, psychological level, at least think about your safety standards. Have clear safety standards in place for yourself. You don't allow them inside your house. You don't go inside their house. You know what I'm saying? Just certain things that you shouldn't do to keep yourself safe. Always let somebody know. When I went out the other day, I sure did. I texted the license plate number to 2 of my friends. I did. I shared my location with my friend that had my daughter. I did. Baby, listen, go ahead. And plug that phone up when I get to let that phone charge. Let that phone charge. Burn that, because it's a safety concern. So many people, I don't need people in my business. I'm grown. I don't need people in my business. And everybody on the news, I don't know where Susie is. I haven't seen her. The last I heard, she was going out with a friend. Come to find out, she done met random men from wherever on Tinder, and they going out to dinner. But she ain't sent no picture. She ain't sent no name, no Facebook, Instagram link, nothing. Nothing. She just out in the street. She just you know what I'm saying, free balling life. You can't do that. You can, as a woman, you cannot do that. A woman in a foreign country, you cannot do that. Especially y'all women that have not taken it up on yourself to learn Spanish. Okay, you need to have your network in place for your safety. So if you don't have standards for how you feel as though you should be treated as a woman, at least have safety standards. Okay? But I do feel like we need to get on one accord and have dating standards as well. You know what I'm saying? Just I feel like that's something we need to do. Can't sleep. Be up all night, baby. Just all night. He's talking about you getting some rest. Nope, I'm wide awake. And he should be wide awake too. How he know I'm not gonna rob him? How he know I ain't the criminal? How he know I ain't gonna tiptoe into the kitchen and help myself to a knife and just come back and just, how he don't know that? right? You know what I'm saying? Some men be too trusting too, child. He over there sleep, snoring, CPAP machine running, and here I am getting ready to rob him for everything he got. You better be glad I got my life right. Standards, yes. What are some of the cultural differences between dating in Merida versus dating in the U.S.? That's a great question. Let me read these other questions and then I'm gonna come back to that because that's on my list too. Listen, I'm neither afraid of anyone, anything, and I'm also very uninterested in general. No matter where I'm locked the door. And that's the other thing. People get so comfortable, they stop locking their door and just allow people to pop up. You can't pop up over my house. Standards. You need to call before you come. Matter of fact, if you get to the gate here, they ain't gonna let you in, baby. They gonna hold. The line be so long sometimes because if they don't hear back from the resident, they not letting you in this provider at all. Unless we send a link and like, oh, I have so and so coming, then they'll just let you roll through. Mama set an example for her daughter and kids observe more than you think. Exactly. My daughter already know we not doing that. Factual, say proper concussion. Just outside thugging, just thugging, just out here having a good time. Hi Cassidy. It's getting dark. It is getting dark. Can y'all tell? It's getting dark. My light getting dark. Y'all let me know. What else? Everybody that's in the membership, y'all like how my curls turned out? I think they turned out good. What y'all think? Y'all let me know. Y'all in the compound, let me know how y'all think my curls turned out. I'm gonna have to wear these tomorrow. I'm going out on a second date tomorrow, so we'll see how it goes. Which brings me back to what Dantes said. What are some cultural differences? Baby, let me tell you one of the things. Okay, the person I'm going on a date with is Nigerian. He has been in Mexico 8 years. He speaks fluent Spanish. So I can't say that it's the local standard, right? I can't say that it's the local standard. But what I will tell you from being thank you y'all. I'm glad they came out good because they're gonna be even better tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like the curls always better the second day. But I can tell you as far as from like being on Facebook dating a little bit, and I got a YouTube video on that, and I was on Tinder for a little bit. You gotta be ready, right? You have to be ready. I don't think I was ready, all right? In the US, the men will be like, oh, hey, you cool, tell me about yourself, like a job interview, and then what you bring to the table and all that other good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go through that like, oh, my favorite color is this, and I like that. It's very, I don't know the word or whatever. But here they be like, hey, you want to go to dinner? I think you're beautiful. I would love to spend time talking to you. Are you free for lunch tomorrow? Babe, when I'm talking about if you're not free for dinner today, are you free for lunch tomorrow? Would you like to catch coffee on Sunday? I'm saying you have to be ready for it because they're like, oh, here's my number. Would you like to talk? They're ready to date. Every woman that I know that is dating here, that's dating locals here, baby, they was applying that pressure. You know what I'm saying? They were applying that pressure. They were like, trying to get them out, trying to, solve their problems, trying to, like, listen, you ain't got no man in your life, let me be that man in your life. My friend was just saying the other day how she just mentioned that she wanted baby goats. Baby, this man just sent her 2 options. I can go here and I can go there to get you baby goats, but which one you want? These are the ones I can get you now. Like, I'm telling you, it's foot on necks around here. I do think that is a cultural difference. Particularly as a woman, I have only dated black men, whether they are African or African American or of African descent, whether they identify, I dated one guy who's from the UK, he was born and raised in the UK, but of African descent. I've only dated black men, but when I tell you, baby, they not playing here from what I have seen, what I've experienced, and also what I've heard from the other women that I know here that are dating, it's 0 to 100. They trying to lock you down, and they're consistent, it's not a whole lot of, I haven't seen a whole lot of breaking up either, you know what I'm saying? Once the man gets locked in at this point, he gonna do everything he can to make her comfortable, to let her know that she's gonna be there. My friend told me, it was last Saturday, we was at a pool party that we had, like, moms had a pool party for the kids, And she was like, he told me, listen, just give me the chance and I'm gonna show you. And she was like, so I'm just taking it easy, baby. But when I tell you pressure, he applying pressure. So I think that is a difference. I think men, because traditionally in cultures like this, men are married. It's seen that men are seen different as married men here, opposed to if he's single, oh, he's just not serious. He's not, serious about his future. He's not serious about his life, as opposed to if a man is single in the US, he's just single. It's like whatever. But here, a man to have a family, that's an important man opposed to a single man. Not like single man or nothing, but once you get to a certain age, men are expected to have a wife and family to take care of. So I think that is a major cultural difference for a lot of women, between dating local versus dating in the U.S. At least for me, as an African American woman, it may be different for women of other ethnicities. Some women only have one thing on their mind. That's on my list too. And I'm gonna come back to that. I hate that phrase. What do you bring to the table? You know what I tell men I bring to the table? I tell them I bring a child with no child support, a busy schedule, and a slick mouth. That's what I tell men. If you ask me, that's what I'm gonna tell you. Is that dishonest? No, that's not. My daughter's dad is not on child support. He's not a deadbeat dad, but he's not on child support. I do have a busy schedule because I have a lot of things I like to do throughout the day in my own, business that I'm running, in my YouTube channel. I have things going on, and a slick mouth. If y'all haven't caught on, my mouth is slick. So that's that's the answer I'm gonna give you, right? So if you was looking for something better, if you was looking for me to tell me, oh, well, I have 4 degrees. My highest level is a master's degree in business administration with a concentration in accounting. I have a 745 credit score. I love gardening and focusing on raising my daughter so that she can have an educational success in the future. If you want me to say that, babe, I'm not about to say that. I'm gonna tell you, I'm just give you, listen, you take what I tell you, do with the information I give you. Thankfully, I've only had one man ask me that. He was Cameroonian, and I just let him know that that's disrespectful to ask a woman like me, because you wouldn't be on a date. You wouldn't have even invited me on a date if I wasn't the type of woman that you were looking for. He was a economics professor at one of the colleges in Dallas, so I said, you wouldn't even invite me out if you didn't think I was the type of woman that you would have wanted. So it's disrespectful for you to ask me what I bring to the table, because you already see the value in me. And when men ask that question, I feel as though they don't see the value in the woman that they're asking out. Like, are you just asking random strangers out when you go to asking that question? Or did you do no due diligence? Did you not vet this woman in no type of way? Again, that's how you're gonna get robbed. See, that's how you get robbed in your sleep or while you're awake, because you didn't do your due diligence. I promise you, as a woman, we've already checked. We done run all his social media handles. We done run his LinkedIn. We done checked everything we could check outside of calling his mama. So he said he was born on June 19th. How was that labor and delivery for you? Outside of calling his mama, we done everything else, okay? Kinetics, don't be covering your head, because this is the reality. Why would you ask such a question? I expect men are supposed to be the higher, more superior brain power beings. Why would you ask the question like that? But I'm telling you, the answer you're gonna get may not be the answer you want. I'm telling you, and I got a homegirl, baby, she listen, the FBI, the CIA, NSA, they all need to hire her for them to work, because I was like, I looked for him, I ain't find him. She was like, all right, boom, here you go. This is Facebook page. How you find that, girl? It's right here. Right here. All the information. So if the man didn't do his due diligence, they just let me know he a little slow anyway. So when it comes down to it, let's talk about it. What is on the mind of single people that are dating, right? So when I say Black women dating standards abroad, this is one of the things I think we need to be just real about, right? Because we all grown. I'm 30. I lie about my age, y'all. Hold on, I'm 30. I'm 36. That's my real age. I'm 36 years old. I'm 36 years old. Okay? I'm 36. So we gotta have an honest conversation. What a 36-year-old person and a 30-something, 40-something year old man, what we looking for, right? When we go out, right? Emotional stability, financial stability, you know what I'm saying? Somebody that we gonna have a good time with. I don't know about y'all, but I can't stand dating a man that is boring as hell. You know what I'm saying? The song come on, you start swinging, and he's just like, you know, or you get up and start dancing, and he's like, sit down, sit down, sit down. You know, I can't do that, right? Somebody that I'm gonna have fun with, somebody I'm gonna crack jokes with, somebody's gonna make me laugh, you know what I'm saying, have a good time, you know. I love to smile and play, as you can see. I like to have a good time, right? So, in the end, we all have our primal nature. I don't know what the rules or guidelines. This ain't about the men, so I'm gonna leave my comments out. This is about dating standards for y'all, so I'm watching and paying attention. Yeah, keep your standards to yourself, because if you ask somebody what they bring to the table and they tell me, I'm like, he tripping. Why he ask you that? But when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, everybody needs somebody to love. All right, we want somebody to love. Okay, at the end of the day, the reality is, I believe, and I've made another video on this, that because some women have given up the cookies so easily, so effortless, so freely, that there may be this expectation that all the black women is out handing out cookies like like the Girl Scouts, okay? So I think that's where it comes down to, all right? That a man thinks that he could just take you out, and then at the end of the night, you're gonna go back to his homeboy house, and y'all gonna spend time together before he take you home. I think that's absolutely bizarre, because that means that some other woman that may or may not look like me has thought that this was a good idea. I'm gonna go out partying with him, and at the end of the night, I'm gonna go back to his homeboy house, and then do the adult tango, and then I'm gonna let him take me home. Instead of just be like, no, we went out and we just having a good time, and at the end of the night, I'm gonna go back to my house. Not the expectation, I'm gonna go with you to your friend's house. Because what are you saying about me as a woman? If you be the homeboy house, like, you know, it's like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Did you know, you spent this $80 on dinner, and all of a sudden I'm supposed to come up missing clothing, articles of clothing? So, again, remember I was telling you about the blue alien? You saw one blue alien, high five, two blue aliens, high five. So all of a sudden that third blue alien is supposed to give you high five? Like, come on now. It's gotta be levels to this that make sense. You get what I'm saying? Thank you, Simply Classic, for your super chat. I appreciate you. So I think, you know what I'm saying? Girl, stop talking. Okay, gotta delete this person. So, you know, it's just certain things that you have to keep in mind, setting the standard, right? Not saying that we all have to be brand ambassadors, right? Because we all don't. We all not going to operate in the same way. But if you walking around giving it away willy-nilly for 600 pesos, there may be this expectation or standards that everybody walking around giving it away willy-nilly for 600 pesos. I mean, shit, even in the U.S., that's $40 at a minimum. That's what, 820 pesos, something like that? 800 pesos? I don't know, but at least $40. You know what I'm saying? You can't breathe on me for $40. So I just think it's just certain things. If you don't conduct yourself a certain way, it's a reflection on all of us. That's really what I'm saying. And that's really where I'm standing right now and why I'm having this conversation. As a woman, as I've been saying, you know, I'm newly in the dating game abroad. I've been in Merida almost 2 years. And I really want to get to the point to where I can share more of this because a lot of people are interested in dating here, right? But my standards, y'all, I'm not about to break my standards. That getting in that car the other day was a lot for me. It was a lot for me. You not gonna open a door for me, baby. You don't want me to go. You don't want me. If you're not gonna open the door, clearly you just let me know you don't want me to go. I stay at home. I like my house. It's comfortable here. I just bought some groceries. We got a little liquor. I got a nice little bar area. We got water and a cute fluffy dog to snuggle up with. Listen, my house is lit. I ain't got no problem staying at home. I got good friends. I can go over their house. My friend can cook. Okay, listen, baby, I live a beautiful life with or without a man. So anybody that I add to my life has to be truly an addition. Like you would think we're doing it because you pay for them. Just let me know, and I'll take the bill. We'll never see you again. Let me know. Let me know, honey. Let me tell you, me and Capital One, we got a great relationship. If it ain't no money on the debit card, I use my credit, honey. Hello, beautiful. Hi, how are you? No, I think it's only one person down there giving up for 600 pesos. It could be one person, it could be two person. I don't know how many people giving up for 600 pesos, but mine is not 600 pesos, okay? It ain't. It never have, never will be. Men in Yucatan have the upper hand. It's just too many beautiful women compared to men. You think so? You think men in the Yucatan? And I think that's one of the topics one of the things that we talked about is because, in particular to African American or Black women, right? When it comes down to it, if they don't date out, if they're only looking for dark-skinned African American, African men, right? They limit their pool. You're going to significantly limit your pool if you're only looking for dark-skinned Black African American or African men here in America, right? Because it's not a lot of them, right? Just statistically, right? It's not a lot of them. But in addition to, you are competing with the local women. Just as much as we find the tall, dark, and handsome attractive, they find the tall, dark, and handsome attractive too. So where we are seeing exotic to the local men, African American or African men are seen exotic to the local women. So you got to add them into the mix as well. You know what I'm saying? So these are things you have to think about. You've made your competition has significantly increased, right? If you're only limiting yourself to that pool. But when it also comes down to it, it's kind of the reverse of what I was telling you about earlier. African American or African men see themselves as the prize, right? Because they know Black women want me, white women want me, the local women want me, because, you know what I'm saying, I'm coming off appealing. So that may decrease the pool, and it also is going to give them a sense of, you know, where Black women may be operating on a scarcity mindset, which is another topic for me to discuss. Operating on a scarcity mindset, Black men or African men are not operating on that same that mindset because it doesn't apply to them. They have an overabundance of options here, especially if they're open to dating outside of their race or, you know, a preference standard of Black women, which is oftentimes feasible. I have known women who have done this. We had gone out together as a group. Then when we left, we are -1. Yeah, don't do that. If 4 of us go out together, 4 of us go home together. If you can go out with him, he got to pick you up from your house. You got to make that commitment. And 9 times out of 10, by the time you get home, you're not fooling with him nowhere. That's just the alcohol telling you, ooh, I want to. If 4 of us go out, 4 of us go home, and that's it. That's it. Don't happen. You can be mad at me tomorrow. 9 times out of 10, I know you're not gonna be mad. I don't care. If 4 of us go out, 4 of us go home. 2 of us go out, 2 of us go home. We always go together, leave together. We going to the bathroom as a herd too. We gonna all go stand in that line together. Girl, I got you. Go ahead. Let me hold your purse. Go ahead. Do what you gotta do. Ain't none of that. Ain't none of that. That's the new age stuff. I'm from the old school. You know she did that video already. I met a great guy when I was in Merida. He was from the U.S. He paid for everything, even sent me an Uber so I could meet him. Did so much activity in a week. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I'm glad that you had that experience, Ignacia. Is that why you didn't want the other guy? Is that why you didn't want the other guy? That's what it is. She is hilarious. Y'all don't be talking about me. Competition breeds excellence. Ask anyone that's ever played sports for one day. Yeah, I ain't competing. I am not competing, child. Listen, it is what it is. I'm not about to compete, child. Leave me at home. Leave me at home. I'm not about to compete. So, I got everything. I got my little note. I got my little notes right here. That's a good friend. We all lead together. We all lead together. One man, one sound. I don't care if he mad, he gonna call me a hater, whatever it is. You mad at me, girl, you be mad, get your butt in this Uber. You gonna be mad. Where you say you was sleeping, you say you sleeping at my house, girl, come on. Let me get you home, get your makeup off. Come on, because I promise you, when you wake up in the morning, you gonna be like, girl, I almost went home with that man. I'll be like, you did, but I got your back. I'll make sure you not gonna end up in no situation that you don't want to end up. Now, if you wake up in the morning, you decide, let me call Charles, girl, call Charles when you get up. When you just slept it off, make sure that you're doing it in a clear head. Because quite honestly, you truly can't consent in that state, no way, right? It is what it is. I'm protecting Charles. If he don't know what I'm, matter of fact, I'm doing him a favor. He welcome. Not no shade to Charles on the post. I just made up a name, but he welcome because I protected him too. We done went home with somebody and got right. Go home. His house nasty. You know, he ain't changed the sheets. Mattress look like, you know what I'm saying, a sketchy motel from the highway. We ain't heard from her. He over there, he ain't got no water in his house. She wake up in the morning, he got no water, no Tylenol. No. Girl, get in this Uber and go home with me or wherever the agreed route was before we went out, before we started taking shots. If we agreed that we was all going out together and we was all sleeping at my house or your house, okay, that's cool. If we agreed we was gonna all go out together and we was dropping everybody off in rotation based on who was closest to the club, that's what we doing. And that's what it is. And even if you the first person to get dropped off, you stay awake just long enough, you be half in it and half out, and you stay awake just long enough, and you sit there messing with your homegirl, where you at, right? Because you should have been at home by now, and then she be like, oh, my bad, y'all. Because you know, that's what you got to do. You got to make sure everybody get home, okay? If you doing it right, everybody going to get to the house. Or a house, whatever was agreed upon before you start drinking that Seagram's, okay? Before you start drinking that Patron, before you start going out dancing. Whatever was the agreed upon plan, that's what you stick to. You not going out with Billy Bob, I'm sorry. He gonna have to take you to brunch tomorrow. And if he can't take you to brunch, baby, he don't want you, and you don't want him either. Because low energy, and we ain't doing that. Because we got what, y'all? We got standards. When it comes down to it, we got standards, and that's what we gonna stick to around here. If you listen, if you going out with me, you think you about to thot it up, you better thot it up until them lights come on. And once them lights come on, girl, come on. No, come on. We all going together when it comes down to it. All right. Make sure I got everything on my list, y'all. I feel like I've been talking a lot. I feel like I've been talking a lot, but I ain't gonna hold y'all. I do want to say, you know what I'm saying, tomorrow I will be going out, you know what I'm saying, on a little date. So if you in the membership community, we gonna go live and we gonna talk about that or whatever. Membership perks. I love y'all over here, but you know what I'm saying, the membership, you know what I'm saying, they pay their dues. So I'm gonna give them the good stuff. I'm gonna give them all the behind the scenes juiciness of life in Merida. So I just wanted to bring that up. Okay, all right, and the last thing that I wanted to talk about is understanding what it means to be, you know what I'm saying, abroad and dating, and how this is gonna look, right? Because you're gonna hear pushback, you're gonna get feedback. Everybody gonna have an opinion about what you're doing. One of the things was whether you date a man, a black man of African American or African descent or whatever it may be, you're going to see that there is going to be pushback. All right. When I was here, when I first got here, I was dating a man from Texas, 100% Negro. Okay. Country ass accent, dark skin, 6 foot something, what I'm saying? My type. Okay. Just my type. But I didn't expose that to social media. And then finally when I said something about being in a relationship on social media, people went crazy and was like, how you gonna go down there and be dating a wine? You black women going down there and trading up and dating Mexicans. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, if I wanted to, I will. Let's not get it twisted. Although I was dating a black man at the time, if I wanted to, I would, right? And there was a lot of black men in particular, in my inbox. I know you ain't traded in a hamburger, a hot dog for a burrito, or something. Saying all type of like micro racist shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't believe you do that. Da, 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 da. What I want to say to y'all is women, black women, all right? Because that's who I'm talking to. If you get to Mexico and you find somebody that is going to treat you well, you emotionally stable, you financially stable, you mentally stable, and you ready to date, girl, date whoever, go where you celebrate it. Go with whoever want to open the door. Go whoever want to take you out to dinner. Go whoever want to take you dancing. Go whoever want to bring you flowers and see a smile on your face. Go do that. Do not let people stuck in 1963 in the United States tell you how you're supposed to date and how you're supposed to move in Mexico or anywhere else in the world, okay? Because we've already identified, right, that a man can go anywhere and date whoever, okay? I'm saying go and date and have fun, all right? Don't worry about your family want to be upset because your kids gonna look a certain way, or you dating somebody that don't use the same hairbrush or hair comb as you, whatever, all that crazy stuff that people gonna say. Go be happy, all right? And have fun and enjoy it and enjoy life. And let that man treat you like whoever, like the queen, princess, whatever, however you want to be treated. Now, if you like to be treated, you know what I'm saying? Let him treat you however you want to be treated. Just go where you celebrate it, okay? Don't let the noise of the U.S. cloud your beliefs, ideas, desires, because you mess around and find a man here that's gonna treat you like the world. Like I said, they don't be playing no games. They be on it. You know what I'm saying? If you let that little nagging, stuff in the background could keep you from happiness. All right? So that's another thing. When dating abroad, you know what I'm saying? Have your standards. Set your standards for all men across the board. May the best man win, regardless of what he look like. All right? If he look like Quasimodo, but he treats you good, girl, go ahead and kiss his hump and say, I love you, boo, okay? Because he treating you well. And that, at the end of the day, that's all that really matters. That you end up with somebody that's going to love you, that's going to cherish you, and that's going to treat you well, okay? That's the goal. That's the goal when it comes down to it, all right? You're going to have a little backlash. You're going to hear a little heat. Even black African American women dating African men, some people feel like, oh, you know what I'm saying, them African niggas love the trick. You know, African niggas love the trick, da 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 da. Oh, I don't think I'm supposed to say the N-word, my bad. Y'all don't report me. But when it comes down to it, and when you look at it, it's just difference in culture. Yes, men from Africa do love to financially provide and make sure that the woman is taken care of, right? So those certain things that it come down, you know what I'm saying, that it come down to. Go where you celebrate it, not where you tolerate it, but where you celebrate it. All right? Y'all have any questions? Go ahead and drop. I'm gonna give about 5 more minutes before I have to jump off of here because I still gotta clean my kitchen. I still gotta do my mom duties and clean my kitchen and kiss the hump. Let that man know you love him. Shoot, he treating you like Cleopatra, hey, like Mark Antony treated Cleopatra. Said he left his wife, his country, everything, baby, for Cleopatra. He treating you like that. Go ahead, show him what it look like. Set you up on a blind date, girl. I got you. Also, we have speed dating that's gonna be coming up in a few weeks. We got speed dating coming up in a few weeks. So y'all be on the lookout for that. I will be posting that in the community tab, the public community tab on Facebook. If you're not following me on Facebook, it's Bad Luck Kitty, same spelling, everything. You know what I'm saying? Just hit me up and stay connected. There is a Halloween party for those who are in Merida already. October 28th, I believe. October 28th. It is 21 and older, 18 and older. It's grown folks only, ain't no kids. The kids got the 31st. We're gonna be turning up with them at the trunk or treat, but on the 28th, grown people, the 28 grown people in grown people costumes. We're gonna be in there with the DJ bumping and jumping. We're gonna have a good time. It's BYOB, 100 pesos at the door. There's gonna be some light bites. So we do have that going on. I need to post that for y'all people that's in Merida. That's something that's going on. There's another party that's going on that's I think 30 USD. That's not the party I'm co-hosting with my girl Brandy. So keep in mind, I'm gonna post that in the communities tab. Let me make a note, y'all. Make a note. Okay. If y'all have any more questions, go ahead and drop them. I'm hanging out with y'all when I move to Mexico. Gail, you better come on, girl, and hang out when you moving to Mexico. Kitty set me on a blind date. I'm gonna set you on a blind date. Soon as let me tell you, once you get here and get settled, I got you. Family sometimes can be so jealous. That's another topic for another day. But yes, your family can sometimes be jealous of you, of your relationship, of your career, of your move abroad, and just go to start just telling you negative stuff. Oh, the cartel gonna get all kind of drama, all type of just BS. You know what I'm saying? I'm asking her. She wanna know me though, cause I play too much, and she do play too much. Like, all right, I thought you were saying she got my residency. All right, Charles. Charles says he was waiting on you to get his residency. Come on, Charles. We waiting on you. Hopefully you be in town when we do the speed dating event. You date tomorrow's the second date or new man. So the date tomorrow is a second date with oh boy. I won't say his name because I don't want to expose people like that. But you know who I'm talking about. It's a second date. The date didn't end so bad as it started the other day. It didn't end so bad as it started. So I'm cautiously optimistic. I feel like he came on a little strong for me. So you know what I'm saying. I'm just playing it by ear. But we're going out. His birthday was a few days ago or something like that. So we're going out, and I invited some of my girlfriends, and we're gonna go out and party and have a good time or whatnot with him. FDK for them. Yeah. Are you going to do a live about moving to Merida? I found your channel because I'm interested. Am I gonna do a live about moving to Merida? You want me to do a live about moving to Merida? I guess I could do a live about moving to Merida. What questions would you like? Drop your questions in there so I know what the answer in particular. It's a lot of, I have over 100 videos on my channel, but if you go back to the beginning, I know that's kind of ghetto, but if you go back to the beginning, it'll tell you why I moved to Merida. Ultimately, I wanted to stop working and spend more time with my daughter because you only get 18 years with them. And I just feel like if all else fails after she's 18, she's 10 now. She was 8 when we moved, and she's 10 now. But I feel like if all else fails, you know, I'm educated or whatnot, I can always go back to work after she's an adult. But I just feel like I just needed to have the formative years with her. Also, I don't like to work. I'm not the worker bee type. So I really want to get out of that. So now I have my hair care business here, my beauty supply business here, and YouTube. So I'm really more so focusing on that and my baby. Well, my baby and then that. And let's get this in order. My baby and then that. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Ready to party like Uncle Luke. Oh my God. Don't stop, pop that. Okay, YouTube. YouTube about to get blinked, man. I was married to my own brown USA male. 4 men felt we were hot to trap, and I kept it on the platonic. Okay, girl, I heard that. Gotta go. My daughter cooks supper. Night, Kitty. Enjoy the good talk. All right, good night. Yes, I'm going to Merida probably the 21st of October. Cool, girl, cool. I'm gonna inbox you some details on some stuff. But yeah, y'all, listen. All right, I'm glad that y'all spent another Thursday afternoon with me. I know I did a whole lot of talking this go around, but I just felt like I need to get it out. I felt like I just need to get it out. Some things need to be said that's not said, and I seem to be the person that's saying stuff that's not commonly said. So I appreciate everybody that joined in. I appreciated the $5.99 super chat. I truly appreciate all donations, and I appreciate all my members who are in the live tonight. Shout out to B Michelle and Kinetics cutting up in the comments. I truly appreciate y'all joining the membership. I'm interested in the process of moving to Merida from the U.S. Your pitfalls, lessons learned. Whew. Okay, I'll do a live. I do a live on that. But yeah, just go in the beginning. Okay, go all the way back to the beginning. I'm telling you, I have chronicled. It's the Seagram show. I have chronicled pretty much my whole journey here, the good, the bad, everything that I could think of that I could remember to share. I've shared everything that I can think of. So if you go back from the beginning, you kind of see it in almost real time. Some of it is a little delayed because I be living life. But yeah, a lot of everything that you can think of, I have documented it, but I will definitely take that as a suggestion for videos because I really need y'all help coming up with video ideas because I'm be honest, I don't be knowing what to talk about, but I like to talk, so I come up with something. Eventually said, ladies, know your worth. Know your worth.